Hi everybody, welcome to the call tonight. I just wanted to thank you guys for being on the call and being a part of Team Live Fit and Fired Up Fit and Team Shine or whatever team you're on. Thank you for investing in your business by being on this call tonight. And I hope you go away with lots of little nuggets that you can take into your business this week. So let's get into our news to start out with. We're halfway through the month of April, and we have some awesome challenge packs that are on sale right now. You have your PiYo Kickstart, which is the PiYo, Shakeology, and the 3-day refresh for $180. You have the PiYo and Shakeology for $140. You have the P90X3 challenge pack for $160, and then the Ultimate Reset is $275. Normally it's $305. So if you have somebody that wants to start fresh and go really hard, the Ultimate Reset is the way to go. I've done it. I know a lot of people on our team have done it. So if you guys need before and after pictures, let us know. So those are the challenge packs on sale. And then we have, just to let you know, the Beachbody clothes, all of the apparel, there's free shipping until the 21st. So if you guys want to get any of your wear and share or any of that kind of stuff, go now until the 21st and you get free shipping on it. That's pretty cool. And I know they have a lot of cool clearance items right now. So go check that out. And then our last little thing is Super Saturday. That is April 25th. It depends on where you're at. Some of them have a Friday, some of them have Saturday, and some of them have Sunday. And this event is a coach's event. It happens all over. So wherever you live, you can find one near you. And they do this every 3 months. And it's just a time for coaches, for potential coaches to come get together, get motivated, get inspired, hear about the new things coming up in Beachbody, get a little bit of training, and just be around coaches. So if you have never been to one, I highly suggest that you take off for this or you schedule this. If you live in the Redding or Intermountain area where I live, we're going to be going to the one in Redding, and then we're going to be going out to eat afterwards. So if you are here, please make it a priority to get there. We'll carpool, we'll do what we need to do to, we'll share babysitters, whatever we need to do to get you there to the Super Saturday. All right, those are just the little upcoming events and challenge packs for this month. We also have top PV earners this week, and that is Sharon Lyons, and then a brand new coach, Amanda Wagstaff, and Melanie Kennedy. You guys are the top PV earners for this week, so congratulations, keep going. And then I just want to welcome our new coach, Amanda Wagstaff. Congratulations to Diana for sponsoring her. Welcome to the team. We're so glad to have you. I hope that you feel free to ask questions and plug in where you're at. So those are the first things. I'm going to go ahead and get started into our training. Tonight we're going to be talking about how to lead 5 and 30-day free challenge groups. But before that, I kind of want to go over like where I've been at in the business and like my little funk that I've been in, because I know all of us go through this at one time or another in the business. For the past month, I'm going to try not to get emotional because I don't need to get emotional. But for the past month, I've kind of been in a funk, kind of like a depressed feeling, unmotivated, that kind of thing. And I kept trying to figure out why am I feeling this way? Why is my business not growing? Why am I not where I want to be? And I started evaluating like where I was, and I noticed that I had stopped doing personal development. I had started comparing my business to other coaches' businesses, wondering why they have what they have and I don't. I was focused more on myself rather than who I could help or how I could help my team. I've noticed that I was being really selfish and not doing the things I needed to do to grow my business and to be the coach that I know that I could be. So doing that, I got in a funk. I didn't want to work the business. You don't stay accountable to anybody. I mean, you can ask probably Stephanie and Ember. I didn't call them at all this month. I didn't text. I did a couple things on social media. I kept that going. But as far as coaching and doing the behind-the-scenes things, I wasn't doing that. And I just want to encourage you as a coach, you will go through seasons where you're on this coach high and you're doing amazing things, you're doing great, your team is doing great, and then you'll go into a season where you just feel low. And at that point, things go through your head like, is this really for me? Should I be doing this? Is it worth all the work that it takes? All of that. And I encourage you to, when you get into those seasons of coaching, plug into your team, plug into your personal development. That is so, so, so important. Fill your mind with the positive things. Put yourself around people that are going to lift you up and encourage you through those. Don't step away from the team. Don't step away from your accountability partners, because that's when you can things start going on in your head and you start believing things that you shouldn't believe. So that's my little thing, encouragement to you guys. Every coach goes through these seasons, no matter if you're a top 10 coach or if you're just starting out, okay? And they're normal. It's normal to feel that way. Don't feel like this business isn't for you when you do go through those seasons. And if you go through those seasons, reach out, okay? So, and we can talk about that afterwards a little bit if you guys have questions, or if you guys are like, amen, sister, because I hope that I'm not the only one in this season. All right, so the reason I'm kind of talking about free 5-day and 30-day groups is because I didn't have anybody to follow up with, and I wasn't running challenge groups. And so 5 and 30-day groups actually help your business by you gaining reputation and you gaining new people. 5-day groups are amazing for people that aren't sure, they don't really know who you are, or they don't know how you work, they don't know if you're the real deal, and it kind of gives them a glimpse into how you can help them. So the way I do my 5-day groups is I send out an advertisement on my Facebook, social media, send out my advertisement talking about, wouldn't it be nice to have all your meals planned out for you, a grocery list, and blah, 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 blah. If you're interested, I'm starting this free 5-day challenge group that you will get a meal plan from me, you'll get a grocery list, you'll get everything you need and you'll get workouts. I've started doing workouts. Can you guys hear that beeping on my computer? Okay. So then from there, I add all of those people. So if people are like, I'm interested, I'm in, I private message each and every one of them individually. And I get to know them. If there's somebody who has never been in one of my groups before, I want to get to know them and I want them to know that I care about their personal goals. So even though they're in a free group, I let them know, hey, I'm so excited about you being in my group. If you don't mind me asking, what got you interested in this? Or why are you, what are your goals for this 5 days? And they usually start telling you their goals or why they want to do it. So then you say, great, I am going to add you to my 5-day group. I want you to check it out, read the rules, and get back to me. So in that 5-day group, I have rules for them. And the rules are, you must check in every single day, you must send me your accountability, you must send me your progress pictures, and you must do your measurements. Most people will do that. Some people will not. And I make sure to really stay on them about their progress pictures. If they're not giving you their progress pictures, they're not staying accountable, and then you don't have any success stories. If people aren't giving you their before pictures, you're not going to have any success stories to share. So I really make it, some people are like, I'm not comfortable with giving them to you. Reassure them. This is for your accountability. I'm not going to use them without your permission. I won't use them at all if you don't want me to, but this is so that you stay accountable. Most women just don't like to take pictures because they have to see what they're really working with. So from there, I give them the meal plan as soon as everybody turns in their progress pictures. So I'm like, towards the end of the weekend, I say, hey, as soon as everybody turns in their progress pictures, I will post the grocery list. So then that gets people like, okay, I need to send the pictures, that kind of thing. They usually end up sending them. I post the grocery list a couple days before we start, and then I post the day's meal plan the night before. So I don't post the whole week at the very beginning. I post it the night before. So they're like waiting for it. They want it, and so they stay engaged. And then I let them know I won't post it until everybody checks in for the day. So after everyone checks in, I'll post the next day's meal plan. So it kind of gets people encouraged, kind of gets them motivated to check in, and it helps keep each other accountable in the group. So I do that, and then I also give them a 10-minute workout. So I find these workouts on YouTube. Every morning I'll post like a motivational quote, and then I post a workout. And the workouts I love, if you want to write this down, I love Blogilates on YouTube. They have like awesome 10-minute workouts. Autumn has quite a few really fast workouts that you can use. There's a lot on YouTube, and I just pull some and I post them on there, and then I let people know, let me know when you're done with this workout. And then every night I have a check-in. So the check-in is, how did you do with the meal plan? How much water did you drink? And then our last question of the day is usually something fun, like tell us something that no one would know about you, or get them talking about their family, or something exciting that doesn't have to do with the challenge group. So that's the fast version of the 5-day plan, of the 5-day group. After that, towards the end of this 5-day group, I let them know how excited I am for them. Thank you so much for being a part of this group. If you would like to continue on in a harder group, or one that's a little bit more challenging, please let me know. I'm starting one in 2 weeks, or I'm starting one next month. I would love to have you be a part. There's only 10 spots, something like that. Or I make a video. I make a video congratulating them and letting them know what I have coming up. So that's how I transition. A lot of those people will say, I'm interested, I want to. But then once you private message them, all of that, usually I get maybe like 10% of those people that actually go on to do a program. But then I have all of those people that are in that 5-day, and I make sure to continue following up with them on a regular basis. So they go on my contact list so that I can follow up with them at a later time, so that I can keep up with them on Facebook, that kind of thing. They see my groups coming up, and then when I have more groups coming up, if they have said no to one of them, I'll actually message them and, hey, I have another group coming up next month. I know that you weren't ready for this one. Would you be interested in doing my Bikini Boot Camp challenge next month? So all these 5-day people, you don't just leave them in the group and let them do what they want after that 5 days. You have to take care of them, whether they purchase the program or not. So continue to be their friend, continue to check up on them, figure out a system that works for you to not leave them behind. And that's one thing that I've made many mistakes with, is you start a group or a free group, and after it's done, you just like totally are done with all of them. So figure out where you can take them and put them on your master contact list or a follow-up list somewhere where you can talk to them. Does that make sense? Everyone good? This is where Stephanie and Christina, they're on our team, they actually saw a need for another accountability group. So the people that are in these groups that don't want to do a program necessarily, or they've done a program and they've graduated but they have nowhere to go, they've created this group called the Fit Crew. And the Fit Crew is just another accountability group. It's not as in-depth. People can do whatever program they want. They don't have to do a program. So they're able to funnel all of their groups into that. And that's open to anybody. That's open to coaches. That's open to anybody who wants to be a part of it. So if you do want to be a part of it, or if you have people that you're not sure where to put them, talk to Stephanie and she can get you hooked up with that. Another group, I know Ember has the Fired Up Fit team, right, Ember? Is that what it's called? Team. And that's an accountability group as well that we can start putting people in so they're not left out. So there's that, the 5-day group. And sometimes I do 5 days, sometimes I do a 30-day, sometimes I do a 10-day. Like I just ended a 10-day group. I've noticed that the shorter amounts work better. If you're going to do like a 60 or 90 day, people don't stay as engaged as long. So usually like 30 days is really pushing it. Like I've noticed that 21 days is like the perfect amount to do, or under that. So that's how I do my free groups. I know I do them once a month. So if you can start setting up on your calendar that like the first week of every month you do a challenge group or a free 5-day, and then they have all month to get put into your challenge group for the next month. So you have a little bit of time to work with them and to get them plugged in. That's what I do. But be consistent. If you're going to host 5-day challenges, be consistent with it. Are you going to do it once a month? Are you going to do it once every 3 months? What can people expect from you? And be consistent with that. Run your challenge groups the same all the time so that people know what they're going to get. Does anybody have anything to add or any questions?
I know, Megan, you started doing this and I started doing it too, and it's helped a ton with the free groups, is in your post, when you're posting about it, say, hey, tag a friend and I'll give away a free meal plan. And then you're going to get a ton more people seeing that post, and then more new contacts to talk with. So I think that's a good thing to add too sometimes if you really want to, you really want to build your network a little bit more and have more people see your post. Tagging and offering something else for free it's worked really well. I know with Megan, your posts were crazy, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this, and it totally worked for me too. So I would try that too.
And that goes with any post. Anytime you're posting something motivational or something that's going to get people excited, tell them, tag a friend who needs to see this, or who else, tag a friend who would want to do this challenge with you. It's better when you have friends doing it, or something like that. And then you're adding to your network, like Stephanie said, and you have more people in the group. So it works out really well. Any other? Oh, and the meal plans that we get, they're from the program. So every program that you get comes with like the 5-day fat blaster or whatever. Those are the programs. Those are what we use. So it's really simple. Like, we're not making anything up.
Hey, Megan.
Yeah.
What was that video thing on YouTube that you use for the 10-minute workouts in the groups?
I use Blogilates, so it's Blogilates.
Okay.
And then Autumn Calabrese, she has a lot of 10-minute or under workouts. But any kind of any kind of fun workouts that you find, you can use. Even like the Pinterest ones, but a lot of times I found that with Pinterest, people don't know what the exercises are, so they end up not doing them. Because they're like, what is a squat? Or how do I do it? So videos work better. And I found that if 10 minutes and under, people will actually do it. If it's more than that, they were too busy. Yes.
Do you always do incentives or some sort of giveaway? Do you do like at the end of a 7-day challenge, for instance, compared to like a 30-day challenge? Do you do any sort of giveaways to keep them engaged?
I do more giveaways when it comes to ones that they've actually invested a program into. I did a couples challenge just a couple months ago, and they actually didn't purchase program, but they stayed engaged and did like the point system, and I gave away a $50 date night to them. But all of the couples stayed, like they had to give me points, pictures, all of that stuff. So they earned it. But yeah, typically I do the giveaways to people who invest in the program. When I tell them to tag a friend, a lot of times I'll say, if you tag a friend, you get put in the drawing for something. And I'll do like a free Shakeology sample and a shaker cup, something like that. Or one of the extra DVDs that come with, like, you know, the 21 Day Fix comes with a free DVD. I'll give that away.
And this, I'd like to add, like, you know, because you were saying you've struggled, like I've struggled before too, with like the follow through on the endpoint on what to do with them. And maybe one of the goals, like we've been talking about on our Morning Spark call, is to set up an album, a photo album, either on Pinterest or on your fitness page on Facebook, but set up an album for your success stories and your testimonials so that you can set a goal that out of each 7-day challenge or out of each challenge group that you have, your goal is to add one success story out of that group into your album. So that kind of knocks out 2 birds with 1 stone. You're saving a story that you can use over and over and over. And 2, you're also showing recognition and giving this person kudos by posting it to your page where they're going to get a lot of positive feedback and hopefully keep moving them forward. So I would say set a go-giver goal for yourselves as a coach, as a leader, and that's one measurable way that you can do that is by saving these success stories that you're trying to help these people get through your groups.
That's good. Yeah.
And set a goal and make it a team, make it part of your team. Like if you have coaches in your downline, set a goal for the month. I want to add 5 stories into my album this month. That's 1 a week. That's totally doable. You know, if you're doing your groups consistently, like Megan was talking about.
And I want to add, I've had a lot of coaches recently message me or be really down that they're not seeing any growth in their business. And you have to know that starting out as a coach, or even if you've been a coach for 2 or 3 years, the things you are doing today will pay off in a month or 2 months. You're not going to see those things pay off next week, most likely. And you have to stay consistent with it, or else you're going to be depressed. And that's what I've noticed myself doing this month, is that I wasn't consistent with checking in, with helping people, with being genuine in wanting to see people's success, you know? So once you figure that out, you have to do the little things every single day. I went out, I printed out 1 million of these. This is my daily to-do list. And I have to finish it. At every single thing on this list, I have to finish by the end of the day. And in a month from now, I'm going to reap the benefits of doing this. Tomorrow, I'm not going to reap the benefits of what I did today, probably. but if you continue to do those things that you don't like to do or that you don't think are going to pay off, they will pay off. I promise you. And you just have to remind yourself constantly that this will pay off. This will pay off. The free 5-day challenges, they may not pay off right at the end of those 5 days. You may not get a lot of people going on to purchasing a program, but they're now watching you. You now have those contacts. You can now follow up with them, and they will be with you forever probably if you are genuine in helping them, whether they purchase something or not. Does that make sense?
And can I just add, I just want to add one more thing, and I'll keep it short too, I promise. But I know I was talking to Christy, and I talked to a few other coaches too that are feeling exactly like what you're describing. And I just want to encourage you guys to set your own goals within this business. And that can be really hard to do, especially as a newer coach, because you're not sure what you should be doing as a coach. So how could you possibly set any real goals besides rank advancing or hitting Success Club? But once you get into this and you figure out kind of how things work, Success Club might not be your top priority in this, especially if this isn't like a full-time thing for you and you're not really wanting to build this as this huge income opportunity thing for yourself. If this is just a hobby, or you're just wanting to be a part of the team and you just need this accountability and you kind of want to start building a little bit of a fitness business, then maybe Success Club isn't your main driving goal for this. I'm not discouraging anybody from obtaining Success Club points by any means, because it does mean that you are helping people, but just know that the volume, team builder, Success Club, that's just a measurable goal, and so that's what we recognize. You really do have to do you. And whoever brought you into this business saw something that you were already probably doing that is what we do. So just, that is like, shine a light on that. You know what I mean? And build your brand around that and keep helping people however it is that you help them. It's very easy to get into this and start comparing your business and how you're doing things to all the other coaches, especially when you're really plugged in and you're listening to all the calls and you're listening to all these leaders and you're hearing all these different trainings and how coach groups are ran and challenge groups are done and how they're getting millions of Success Club points. And it can get to be like, we get it. Like, we all go through that where we just want to shut it out, and you need to take a break from it sometimes. I'm not saying completely unplug for weeks and months at a time, but you've got to unplug, because this is, you know how it is. The fitness business is very fast paced, and you throw social media on top of that and all of these people who are pulling at you for free stuff and help and questions, and it can be a lot. So just take a step back, go back to your top priorities and your main mission and passion, and just keep staying plugged into that. And it will all, like Megan says, over time, it compounds and it will come to fruition, all those goals that you set for yourself. So just try to create a clear vision of what you want out of this.
Good. Anyone else? Any questions? Any exciting news? Nothing. Christina moved. Woo! Are you all done moving? Good. All right. Well, thank you guys for being on the call tonight. I hope this helped you. I hope this encouraged you. If you guys, the template for this to-do list that I think is absolutely amazing is in our groups. It's in the back files. Stephanie uploaded it. And you can just print it off and use it. It's super easy and super simple if you'll do it. So let's stay plugged into our teams and get out there and help some people. And we will see you next Monday on the call. Bye.